2.5. 1, go. All right, we'll call the meeting to order. And I believe we have a quorum. I'm Don Hall and Beth Burns is here, and we have Ken Smith on the phone and also Brent Springer, and I think Mr. Cordero, are you here?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Okay. Good morning. And who else do we have on the phone?
Good, sir.
Okay. Who else?
Mr. Hall, this is Mr. McPherson.
All right.
I'm on the call.
Anyone else?
Brad Breedlove.
All right.
This is Dr. Breedlove, Mr. Hall.
All right. Anyone else?
Renee Sawyer.
Okay.
Lisa Allen.
All right. Anyone else? Okay, thank you. So we have a quorum. Do we have a motion to adopt the agenda?
I make a motion to adopt the agenda. This is Beth Burns.
All right, Ms. Burns.
Seconds.
All right, Ms. Burns has made a motion. Mr. Cordero has seconded. I'll go down the list. Ms. Burns.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Cordero.
Yes.
Mr. Springer.
Brent said yes.
And Mr. Smith.
Yes.
All right, that's unanimous. Thank you. And item 3.1 is sign-on bonuses for licensed EC teachers. Mr. Kevin Taylor.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Chairman. In front of you, you have an action agenda item regarding considering sign-on bonus for exceptional children's teachers. In the past, we have offered sign-on bonuses for hard-to-fill positions, including math, science, and exceptional children. We currently have eight EC teacher positions open. We're recommending that we approve this out of ESSERS for a $5,000 sign-on bonus for certified EC teachers. In the past, we have lumped in science and math as well. So that's open to discussion for the board as well, if that is the direction we want to take on that. We currently have 2 science openings and 1 math opening. We've done a little bit better at hiring those. However, if we do this, we would make this retroactive for teachers that were hired to begin this year. So I think we feel like that's only fair to go back to provide a sign-on bonus to those teachers that would maybe have signed on in June before the decision was made to offer this sign-on bonus, if that makes sense. Happy to answer any questions that you have regarding the recommendation that Cabinet is making for this.
This is Beth Burns. Mr. Taylor, I do have a question. It says here that it would be approximately $75,000 to get the certified EC teachers hired. Do you have an approximation of how much more it would be if we did include science, math teachers?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. If you'll give me a minute to do it on my phone, I'll be glad to get that number for you.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions?
It's an additional $65,000 with the numbers that we have.
Okay, and do we have enough money left in ESSERS to pull those funds out of ESSERS for the additional?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Allen, this is Mr. Cordero. I do have one question. Do we need to pay these all out up front in order to use the ESSERS funds since those expire in September, or can we, as long as they're obligated, can we still pay out in installments? Just curious about that, whether we're going to pay out up front or installments, and whether or not that changes what we have to do based on the fact we're using ESSERS funds.
Mr. Cordero, we would have to pay it up front because they will not allow us to encumber payroll expenses.
Okay, right. That's what I thought, but I just wanted to be clear about that up front, so that way we communicate clearly with the teachers, because I'm assuming it may not be you necessarily, although you're the one that's very clear about that. I just want to make sure we're communicating with the employees, so they know when to expect. And there's no clawback on this, or is there a clawback on this? I guess I don't know who would answer that, but
I would say that there would be no clawback opportunity on that since the funds expire.
okay, thank you very much.
Mr. Taylor, how many EC teachers will be coming to the west side?
Give me just a second, Mr. Springer. Looks like 5.5.
Did you say 5.5?
Yes, sir. Now, these are just, I'm going off the positions that we're hiring for. We have way more EC teachers in the district than that. So if you're just asking me for the number of positions on the west side that are currently open or filled, that would be the number I just gave you.
Okay, so of the new hires, how many of those new hires are going to fill those positions? All 5 of them?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All right, any additional questions?
This is Ken Smith. I make a motion to approve recommendation of staff for the bonuses paid out of extra money.
All right, Mr. Smith has made a motion. Do we have a second?
May I make a friendly amendment to also include the science and math teachers in the motion?
Does Mr. Smith accept that amendment?
Yes, that's fine.
All right, so we have a motion and a second. Let's go down the list. Mr. Smith?
Yes.
All right, Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Mr. Cordero?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Springer?
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Thank you. And 3.2, also Mr. Taylor.
Thank you, Chairman Hall. Also, in line with this, a sign-on bonus for the Chief Operations Officer. Again, $5,000 out of ESSER's funds. Same rules apply with the ESSER's funds on paybacks.
Mr. Cordero makes a motion.
All right, Mr.
This is
Cordero.
Ken Smith. I second the motion.
All right, Mr. Cordero has made the motion. Mr. Smith has seconded. We'll get down the list. Mr. Cordero?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Mr. Springer?
Yes.
And Ms. Burns.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. Thank you. And do we have a motion to go into closed session? Ms. Burns is,
I move, I move that the board enter into closed session, subject to advice from the attorney pursuant to NC General Statute 143-318.11A1 and A6 to prevent the disclosure of confidential personnel information under GS 115C-319 and to consider matters relating to personnel matters. The board will also enter into closed session pursuant to General Statute 143-318.11A3 to consult with the board's attorney in order to preserve the attorney-client privilege.
all right, Ms. Burns has made a motion. Do we have a second?
Second the motion.
All right, Mr. Smith has made a second. So Ms. Burns,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Cordero,
Yes.
and Mr. Springer.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. We're in closed session.
1, live.
All right, we're back in open session. Do we have a motion to approve the personnel report?
Make a motion to approve the HR report.
Mr. Cordero, seconds.
All right, Ms. Burns has made a motion, Mr. Cordero has made a second. Ms. Burns
Yes.
and Mr. Cordero,
Yes.
Mr. Springer,
Yes.
and Mr. Smith.
Yes.
All right, it's unanimous. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion to adjourn.
All right, Ms. Burns has made a motion. I think Mr. Springer has made a second. Go down the list. Ms. Burns,
Yes.
Mr. Springer,
Yes.
Mr. Smith,
Yes.
Mr. Cordero.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you very much.